Good morning, everybody. I wanted to do a quick shout out to Officer Tatum right here on YouTube. He covers the story that I covered yesterday, and I want to do a shout out because he does it so much better. Absolutely love Officer Tatum.
You cannot make this up. Let me play some more idiots, and then I'm going to prove why she's a complete idiot. Roll it. This book. Roll it.
Oh, let me put on the closed captions just in case y'all can't hear it. There we go.
To chat the video, I don't understand all this, extraordinary hate or whatever. Like, I get that white people are not used to people telling them and calling them out on racism and telling them about their double standards.
Now, everybody, while you're watching this, like he said, imagine if somebody like me were to say what she said online.
Let me contextualize this. Do we have an original video or not? This is not our original video. But I'm gonna give you some context here. She got canceled. Not unless it's at the end of this. She got canceled because she came out.
Truffles now.
Maybe it was another girl, but she came out and said that it's racism, that people care more about white children, and that these white kids, it could be another girl.
I want to pause it right there. He's not wrong. It was her that said those things. And secondly, because I saw the original video, and secondly, yeah, it got taken down because of that. Also, I wanted to point out a couple things. First and foremost, she is married to a white man who happens to be a minister, okay? That's one thing. Now, this other thing that I wanted to mention, I don't care what color the children were. If children go missing, people freak out and go looking for them. Any child. I don't care if the kid is purple with pink polka dots. We're going out and looking for that kid. That's what she doesn't get. If her children were lost or missing, people would drop everything to go find them. These are children, babies, who had their whole life ahead of them.
But if these white kids deserve what they got, and that nobody cares about these white kids, why they raising money, and the government using all these resources to save these kids because they white, and all this other stuff. I think it was her because she's saying how much backlash she got. When whoever made that video, I remember watching a little bit of it.
It was her.
It's so ridiculous, it's crazy. But I'm gonna let her finish, because imagine if a black person said what she said. Let's start the clip over from the beginning. I just want you, while you're listening, imagine a white person saying this about black people. Just for the argument, real quick.
Well, since y'all got my live taken down, I guess I'll just.
This is double standard.
I don't understand all this, extraordinary hate or whatever. Like, I get that white people are not used to people telling them and calling them out on racism.
No, black people.
Double standard.
Exactly. White people get called out all the time. All the time. I won't say what he just said, but we get called out all the time. We have to watch everything we say. Because goodness gracious, if we say the wrong thing, we would be crucified. If I went online, not that I ever would, because it's absolutely disgusting what she said. But if I ever went online and said anything remotely close to what she said, I would be crucified. Crucified. And what's really sad is she's married to a white minister, has a white stepson, and a mixed son. What do they feel about how she feels about us? It's sad. It's truly sad.
But we're supposed to stop the world and stop it.
And what does illegal immigrants have to do with anything? You got to bring that up? That's a politicized thing. You want to politicize the death of children? Really?
They were doing to go and hunt for these little missing white girls. Again, I actually have empathy, so I can put myself in.
You have empathy? No, you really don't. Because if you had empathy, you wouldn't have even made this post, sweetie. You do not have empathy. You don't even know what that word means.
Other people's shoes and understand that's pretty up, but it seems like
No, what's screwed up is the fact that you would even make a post like this over the death of children. Because I can guarantee you, if any of those children that you say are locked up in detention centers, which they're not, but even if that were the case, if any of those kids went missing, people would drop everything to go find them. Because they're children.
y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't have the empathy. I'm going to say.
Hold on. That was too much for me. This girl said there's children in ICE detention facilities, drawing an equivalence to kids who are drowning and floating away in houses, who are in the most terrifying times of their lives,
Yeah.
run down the creek, killed, left for dead, mangled by all of this stuff.
In
And then
pain,
first responders who have to go out and
scared,
get these dead
wanting
bodies
their mommies and daddies.
swollen from being filled with water in their lungs and rotting on the side
Terrified.
of the road. That's equivalent to kids going into the detention center because their parents are legally in this country in an air-conditioned facility with food and resources for them to be able to be processed out of this country. That's
Exactly.
the same as children
It's
floating down the
not.
river
Not even close.
with cortisol levels and adrenaline in their just seeping through their skin because the fear and terror that they must have felt before they died. And you telling me that that's an equivalence?
No. It's definitely not.
Hey, really?
People like her need prayers.
I know what happened to us. You made up. What happened to them? Did something happen when you were cooking in the kitchen? Okay. Roll is next. Mindless person.
Y'all scary as and I don't give a. Them little girls, them people died because of racism, not politics.
You are disgusting.
I said it, I don't give a fuck.
And I hope karma gets you.
No. Because more,
Also, what is with the cheek thing? Why? Do you think that's cute?
YT people will have to
You don't even have a fucking. Oh, sorry. Let me retrace that. I apologize. You won't even say the words, but you'll say it without saying it. You are disgusting.
I-E in order to the what C-A-R-E. I said the fuck I said, I don't give a
So basically, more children, according to that lady, need to be gone from this planet for them to care. What is wrong with her? What is wrong with people like this?
We voted
Your mama and daddy didn't raise you right.
correctly.
I don't even think your mom and daddy were involved.
So just the night before the flash flood happened, y'all were okay with being stripped away from their families and never seeing them again. To have been deported.
What the fuck? What are you talking about, lady? Because I hate to tell you that's not the case. You are lying. Okay? You are spreading misinformation and lies because that's not even close to true. No children are being ripped away from their parents. No children are being taken from their parents, never to see their parents again. You are lying. Out and out lying.
Y'all were okay with that.
And just so you know, no, we're not okay with children being ripped from their parents. We're okay with children being with their parents as they get deported from this country because they're in this country illegally. But here's the main difference. Those children are with their moms and dads. Those children are safe. Those children aren't living in terror the last moments of their life.
Be okay with not finding Sarah Lou. Be okay with not finding Bill. Be okay with never seeing them again. Keep that same energy. I am so
You are evil. What did you do? Sell your soul to the devil himself? Because you must have, sweetie, because you are evil. That woman, I don't know who she is, but I hope she gets canceled. And I'm not a cancel culture person, but I really hope somebody cancels her because she is plain out and out evil. She just called for more children to be harmed. What is wrong with people like this? This is what's wrong with our country. People like this being allowed to wander free.
Y'all didn't give a full of brown people.
That's not true. If your children were missing, we would be on top of it.
That's gonna happen.
This woman is disgusting.
How do human beings exist like this? I don't get it.
They don't. They just are evil people.
The amount of racism and hatred and evilness that
She was not raised right, obviously. These people that act like this were not raised right. With their mom and daddy didn't teach them right.
you will never see a white person do on TV or anywhere. They may do it at their house. You will never see a white person get on a platform and say, I don't care about the black kids. That's what they get. When a lot of times, black people be doing stuff to themselves. This was a natural disaster. We're not talking about the Chicago incident that I'm going to pull up where they're doing a drive-by shooting on their own people. But to say that, it might bother me.
Look at the
It
statistics.
kind of hurt me a little bit. To hear this woman talk this poorly about innocent children that have nothing to do with the stupidity that she's talking about.
Hmm.
And
Innocent
I think
babies.
it ain't just white people.
Just because of the color of the skin. It's disgusting. It really is. For anybody to treat people and to say that, if I were to go on, not that I ever would, because I couldn't. Because I have a soul. I have a heart. Anybody. I don't care what the kid's color is, what the kid's race is. Anybody would save any kid.
Brother, 26.
This is gonna be a repetitive cycle gonna happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until y'all get tired of it.
Look how she's smiling. She is so evil. And the sad part about it, all that racism that she's talking about is coming from them, not us. Check out Carmelo Anthony's fundraiser page and you will see how it's coming from that end. Not all people are like her. I personally know some people that are not like her and who are very sweet, very loving people who go to church every Sunday, who we hang out with as couples, the whole 9 yards. But people like this were not raised right. People like this are not people to listen to because they are evil, demented, twisted individuals that would think the way she thinks. Okay? Officer Tatum is 100% right.
Racism cost y'all more than y'all thought. Racism.
Stop with the race issues already because that's not coming from us. Okay? Now, am I going to say that every single person is a perfect person and that doesn't happen ever? No. Obviously, I would not say that. But lately, it has been coming from that end more than this end, if you know what I'm saying. So just keep that in mind. People like her are pushing that card more than anyone else. More than anyone else. People like her.
What's that
I don't know this.
check?
The girl looked like she got 3 baby daddies by 6. She got 3 kids by 6 different men. That's how silly she looked. Why is it all black people? Ain't no white people here talking stupid. It's gotta be people.
Because we're not, because people don't care about people like this.
And saying something crazy about this flood. Y'all already did it with Carmelo Anthony. Y'all already did put this.
Exactly. That's my point. The whole Carmelo Anthony case. Are you serious? And you're telling us that it's coming from this end. No, sweetie. It's coming from you. and people like you.
Himself in a position going on and raising $500,000 from Carmelo Anthony, bragging about him killing a white kid for no reason. Y'all already got kicked off the Carnival Cruise. What's next for black people like this? You are the scum of the earth. And I'm not saying all black, I'm talking about these, the ends that nobody
Amen.
with the smoke alarm popping every 5 minutes. You ends, that's a disgrace to our ancestors, both black and white ancestors. You're a disgrace before God to be this silly. And I'm putting my life on it. If white people start turning on y'all, you be begging and complaining about, oh, the white people, they did. The white man think that. You talk so poorly of white people. And then when they buy up the community, you crying about gentrification. Then when they leave the community, you crying about white flight. And then y'all vote for Kamala Harris who has no policy for it. You cannot make this up. Lord, help me today. Roll the clip.
To be the one who points it out, but it seems like he needs to get pointed out. So, are we not paying attention to majority of the videos that's being shared about this flood and the certain that's on the videos?
There's certain what?
Hopefully this is opening up some eyes and showing people that he watches. It don't matter who's.
Did you just say God did this? No, sweetie. Because God would wipe you out for saying that. All you people, I'm not going to keep doing this, but all you people that are talking like this, I want y'all to understand something. Whatever you do and say on earth follows you when you go to meet your maker. And God will take care of it. He gonna remember every little word you said, including the fact that these children deserved it because of God wanted it to happen. What is wrong with people like this? These children didn't deserve, their parents didn't deserve, they're babies. What is wrong with people? I mean, really, I literally cried when this happened. And these people are making fun, making jokes. What is wrong with you people?
Watching.
One guy even said that they had nothing to, that there was nothing good for them to look forward to anyway. What people are really, Officer Tatum is right. Lord help me today.
Watching. They see you as a person and what you're teaching your kids.
What are you teaching your kids? To hate people like me.
Your children treat others and how you treat others.
These are children, lady. It's got nothing to do with them.
I can't watch it.
I really can't either. Thank you, Officer Tatum, for turning that crap off.
That's saying that little kids at a getaway, a summer camp, somehow they're projecting that somehow these innocent kids are racist.
These are children, most of which still had their baby teeth. They don't even know hate. They don't know anything but fun and love and cookies and dirt and ice cream. That's all they remember. That's all they know. Joy, happiness, that's all any child should know. But these people are politicizing this and making it about race. That is so disgusting. God, why are people like this? Do you know? Because I don't. You guys tell me what you think, but am I wrong for this? Like, am I the only one that says that these are innocent babies? They didn't deserve anything but ice cream and cookies and candy. And toys, and their mommies and daddies. Do you know the fear that they must have had when this happened? Crying out for their moms and dads and no one being there. Do you know what that's like? Imagine if that was your child. To the lady to that Sadie Perkins or whatever her name is. Imagine if it was your sons that this happened to. How would you feel? Talk about empathy. None of these people that he put on his program this morning have empathy. None of those people deserve an ounce of happiness in their lives after saying the crap they said about innocent children that have nothing to do with anything. That's got nothing to do. Your hatred towards the other race has nothing to do with these children. These children are innocent babies, and you all should be very ashamed of your behavior. People like that lady and Sadie Perkins or whatever her name is. People like that really should be ashamed of themselves, because you know what? If it was your children, people would drop everything to find them, regardless of their race. You people are disgusting for saying stuff like that. You really are. That's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I mean, don't mind me, I had to take my gummy vitamins. They keep bringing up the fact that these kids were all white. I was an all-white Christian camp. Did you ever think that maybe the other kids that live in that area that are other races either A, didn't want to go, the parents didn't want to send them to the camp, or B, they're not Christian? Why would a non-Christian child go to a Christian Bible camp? Why? Why would they? If they're Catholic, why would they go to a Christian camp? If they're Protestant, why would they go to a Christian camp? I'm sure there's lots of reasons why other children were not at this camp. That's got nothing to do with the children that were at the camp when this tragedy occurred. You want to know who's to blame? Mother Nature. Because it was a natural disaster. It happens. And let me explain something to these ladies. The Sadie Perkinses of the world, and that lady, and the other lady with the little cheek things. If it was your children, everybody in your community, no matter their race, would stop what they were doing and help you find your babies. You all should be ashamed of yourselves, the people who say stuff like that. God is watching. Remember that. Anyway, guys, that's the silliness that's going on today. And again, shout out to Officer Tatum. Check him out on YouTube. Show him the love. He is always putting up material that is breaking news, and he always has it right, and he always does his research, him and his team. He's awesome. Check him out. Show him the love. And don't forget, like and subscribe here too. Help me get to 80 so we can go live. I'm getting there close. Thank you to my new subscribers. I love yous. We're going to get to go live here soon, I promise. As soon as we get to 80 subscribers, we will definitely do a live. Maybe a live camping video, maybe a live spooky video, who knows. But, that being said, sorry, I'm trying to get my TV back to normal.
Disrespectfully. Like, I don't know how.
Acting crazy.
Somehow,
My point is, you have a choice. Now, does that exist? Yes, of course it does. That divide does exist. That ism. You know what I'm talking about. It starts with an R, ends with an ism. Because YouTube guidelines, I have to be careful what I say. But people are still bringing that up. Now, let me explain. Like, I had there were people that kept talking about, there was a guy that I responded to that was talking about his ancestors and how the slavery and everything else. I hate to tell you, but what you don't seem to understand is how that all started. Maybe do your research and see how that started. Because it was your ancestors' ancestors that started it. And I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or otherwise. Believe me, everybody alive today knows it's wrong. Now, are there idiots out there that act like these people do? Absolutely. As we see, there are definitely idiots out there that are ism and live it daily. But not everybody is like that. And the fact that these people would use a tragedy that took the lives of so many children and politicize it for their own gain is absolutely horrible and disgusting. And I will pray for them because God is watching and God will take care of it. Like the whole Carmelo Anthony case, God will take care of it. We don't have to. God will. You can bet on that. God will. Because God does not like ugly. And those ladies that are talking about innocent children, they about as ugly as they get. God does not like ugly. And when you say stuff like you've been saying, it makes you ugly in God's eyes. So just keep that in mind. And I don't want to hear one more person come out on YouTube with a comment or TikTok with a comment like how God wanted this. What is wrong with those people? The only thing God would be saying to that is, oh, really? Well, maybe it's time for me to do something else. Did you ever think that maybe all these natural disasters are due to the fact that we're living in the end times because people like this are pushing us to it with their bad behavior and their worse words and their non-empathy towards human life? Because that's exactly what that is. She claims to have empathy. She doesn't have empathy. That one lady is Sadie or whatever her name was. And the cheek lady. Come on. How are you allowed to go onto any platform and call for more things to happen to people? And you absolutely get away with it. That is absolutely horrifying. I hope somebody reports her and I hope she gets in trouble. Anybody who would say stuff like that deserves any bad thing that happens to them for saying stuff like that about innocent children. That's all I got to say about that. God will take care of it. Remember that. My thoughts and prayers go out to all the families affected by this terrible, terrible tragedy. I am so sorry there are no words that could make this even slightly better. Because you lost everything. And I am so sorry for that. My prayers go out to those families affected. That is the only thing that anyone should be putting up. May God bless all those little lost souls. And may God bless all the families affected. And everybody affected by these terrible, terrible, tragic floods. Anyway, folks, don't forget, like and subscribe for more. And I'll catch you on the flip. Don't forget, check out Officer Tatum and show him the love. Thank you guys. Shout out again. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Like and subscribe. Shout out to Officer Tatum for bringing the story. Thanks, guys.